Okay. What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Scorch gameplay, and today we're going to talk about the problem with contracts in Rogue Company. So let's head over and check it out. So as you can see here, this is the Rogue Company contracts list that currently is being offered. I have not respawned any of these. I just logged into the game to record this footage, and we're going to run through everything. We're going to re-roll some of these if we can and see exactly what we get. Then we're going to take it back up on top, and we're going to talk about this a little bit. So for our daily contracts, we get 15 downs with secondary weapons. We get win 2 games as a breacher rogue and deal 3,000 damage. So let's say we don't want to do the secondary. So we're going to reload those. Blind 20 enemies with flashbangs or light bombs. Okay, you know, that's very, very rogue specific at that point, right? You've only got a handful of rogues that actually has access to the flashbangs, and then of course Mac with his light bomb, but you can flash multiple enemies at one time, so there's that. Let's re-roll it again. Revive 10 allies with Saints Revive Drone. Very, very, very rogue specific, right? You have to use the revive drone to get the revives on 10 allies. Now, this isn't something that has to be done in one match. This is something that can take place over the course of several matches. But hey, at the end of the day, it's still very, very rogue specific. Let's re-roll it again. Spend 120 seconds invisible as a glimpse. I'm pretty sure that this contract is bugged unless they recently fixed it. For the weekly contracts, this is pretty standard affair. Spend $500,000, revive 40 teammates, play 15 games of Strikeout, which isn't going to happen. Down 40 enemies with DOTs. DOTs is damage over time. That's basically what that is. Incendiaries, Scorch Fire, Vi Poison, Trench Barbed Wire, anything that does tick damage to someone over time is damage over time effects. Win 30 games as a defender. Seasonal contracts are what they are. I can't go through all of them because I don't have all of them unlocked. But if you want to know how to go through each one of these and know what the contracts are, go hit Kelly Kai up. He does a fantastic video breaking down each challenge and how to complete each challenge for the contract. So be sure to go check him out. And then for the ranked contracts, we do have 10 ranked matches and 5 ranked matches. Whenever you look at the patch notes, it's 15 ranked matches and win 10 ranked matches. But I guess they thought that was a little bit too hard or something, so they went in there and changed that up just a little bit. So the problem with contracts, and the problem that I've seen that a lot of people have complained about contracts, is the fact that they swap the daily contracts up in a very substantial way. And I get it, right? Because a lot of people were like, hey, we need better contracts. Hey, we need better contracts. We need better contracts. Then the developers go out there and they put more interesting rogue specific contracts or task specific contracts in the daily contracts, and a lot of people are not happy about the fact that they changed the daily contracts up to put in more specific challenges, which is what they were asking for. I don't know how it works. I honestly have no idea. The community's asking for one thing, the developers do exactly what the community is asking for, and then the community goes back on it and says that this wasn't what they were asking for, and that the contracts are too hard, or that they make no sense, or they don't have access to the rogues or whatever. And I get it, right? If they put a contract in there that you don't have a rogue that has access to flashbangs, for example, because I'm not sure of who the starter rogues are. So if you have to flashbang someone and you don't have access to any of the rogues with flashbangs, then you have to purchase a rogue with flashbangs in order to be able to do the contract. I get it. I understand both sides of the argument. It's very confusing for me because the community asks the developers to do a ton of things, and the developers do what the community asks, and then the community gets upset because the developers did exactly what they asked for, and that's hard to get real changes in the game, like better matchmaking, better servers, and things like that, whenever the community's just going to complain about something that they asked the developers to fix because they didn't fix it the way that they thought that they should fix it. And that's just the reality of the situation. And I'm not immune to it. If I say I want better matchmaking and better servers, and they change matchmaking and servers up and they're worse, then of course I'm going to complain about it. I get it. And from your perspective, if you think that the new contracts are worse, then hey, you have more than enough right to complain about it. I'm just speaking facts here and just speaking my perspective of it, which is very interesting that the community is going to complain about something, get what they complained about fixed, and then complain about it because it's not fixed the way. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But the problem with contracts, in my opinion, are they don't reward enough reputation, and only a handful of them actually reward XP for your battle pass, character, account level, the whole 9 yards. Those are the problems that I have with the contracts. That's why I don't contract grind, because I'm going to get reputation that is going to go towards nothing for me in this particular moment, because I mean, I can buy supply drops with them, but that's it. There's no new rogues. There's nothing else that I realistically want to spend reputation on. So you see what I'm saying? Like, they could up the reputation for it, but they need to include more things in the game, and they did with the supply drops, and I get it. But they need to make it a little bit more worthwhile, right? If they would increase the chance, or if you could buy an increased chance to get a legendary or a rare or whatever it is out of the box and spend a little bit more reputation on it, then it might reward, might be a little bit more rewarding to grind the contracts out in that moment. Also, experience points. Why do they not have experience point values associated with every single contract that's in the game? To me, the experience point means way more than the reputation does at this point, because I want to try to get my account leveled up. I want to try to get my rogues leveled up. I want to try to get my battle pass leveled up, but it's very hard to do that whenever you're running into consistent AFKers or consistent leavers. You have people that are just surrendering matches right out of the gate, or they're jumping off the map. And whenever you play a handful of quick play matches, you're only getting about 1,000 experience points overall. The experience that's being rewarded to the players is very, very minimal compared to the way that it needs to be. It's a very screwed up process. It's a very screwed up system, in my opinion. There needs to be more rewards for experience. There needs to be more rewards for reputation. The contracts is a great idea, and I know a lot of people want to do the contracts. I know a lot of people want to log in to do the contracts, and that's the only reason that they log into Rogue Company, and now they're exiting the game because they don't like the daily contracts. Okay, here's my solution. Let's just rewind the daily contracts back to the generic cookie cutter daily contracts that we had, and they give all of them to us every single day, right? Deal X amount of damage with SMGs, deal X amount of damage with assault rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, revives, fire damage, like you name it. It's got every single contract that's on there as a daily contract, all those generic cookie cutter contracts. And you can go in there and you can pick and choose what contracts you want to do. And if you want to complete all of them, hey, more power to you. And then either adjust the amount of reputation that you get from those contracts, or you increase the price of the supply drops. The developers could absolutely do that, to where now if you're getting on there and grinding out 30 daily contracts every single day, then of course that reputation is going to start to stack up very, very quickly. So they'll either have to fix that situation by lowering the amount of reputation that is earned from each contract, or increasing the price of the supply drop. And that's the way that I would fix it, in my opinion. The weekly contracts, they are what they are. Play 15, 25, 30, 40, 50 games of Strikeout, whatever it is. For me, it's just not going to happen. Like, a lot of these contracts are stuff that I don't want to hunt for, because I seem to have a more enjoyable experience when I just hop into the game and just play the game and try to have a good time with it, as opposed to being like, I'm going to drop into this game and I'm going to do something very specific, because 9 times out of 10, that specific thing that I'm trying to do just doesn't manifest itself in several matches in a row, and I get frustrated, and then I just give up on it, right? So might as well give up from the get-go and not worry about grinding these contracts out, so that I can continue to have a good time, as opposed to being upset about the daily contracts being reworked in the first place. I think that there's a lot that they could do with daily contracts. My suggestion for daily contracts, or contracts in general, is have never-ending contracts. I mean, we've got the weapon mastery stuff, and those seem to be never-ending weapon mastery contracts. They need to put never-ending contracts in for every single weapon, every single gadget, every single rogue, and then all of the generic stuff. Headshots, body shot damage, ability damage, the whole 9 yards. And you have something that stacks and stacks and stacks indefinitely. Get 10 downs, and then that 10 downs, let's say 10 downs with assault rifle, right? Then Once you get those 10 downs, you get a little bit of rep, get a little bit of XP, and then it goes up to 50. Then it goes up to 100. Then it goes up to 250. Then it goes up to 500. And it just continues to go up over time as you complete these challenges. That's what I would do. There needs to be indefinite contracts that are in the game that you get over time as you play the game. And if you really want to invest the time into like trying to max it out or cap it out, then good for you. It would eventually get to a point where it would reset it and you'd have to get like X amount of million downs. And hey, if you want to grind that, then good for you. Like that should be an option if you want to do that. But that's what I think that they should do. I think that they should just take all the contracts out of the game and then break each individual subset and each thing that is currently in the game down into indefinite contracts. That way nobody has anything to complain about. That way they can do whatever contracts that they want to do and they can hop in and have that experience. And it's something that literally never ends as long as the servers are live. It will continue indefinitely. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is this something that you would like to see come into the game? Do you like this change? What would you do with the contracts? Me, I don't care one way or another because I'm not playing the game for contracts. But I want to know what you guys think because I've seen a lot of people talk about the issues with the contracts, the issues with the daily contracts. So here is your platform. Here is where your voice can be heard. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Is outgunned and doesn't have any right to be there, but still shows up.
Oh yeah, I'll fight anybody, dude. Even if they're over 9,000.
He was always DT fight, though. You know,
Yeah,
he was a real
even if
one.
he knew he was gonna lose,
absolutely.
he threw down, dude.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he was a real
He
one
wasn't
for sure.
He
He's like, Vegeta's having
like
a tough time with Frieza. I'm still gonna fight her.
Yeah.
Frieza will always be a hurt of me. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Utility out.
Long shot.
One of my friends at work came in the other day and was saying that her, I think her son's 7, so that he's looking for a new anime to watch. And I was like, has he watched Dragon Ball? She was like, no, he never has. I was like, oh boy, I'm about to start this kid's whole childhood. Dragon Ball started. She said he's been fucking loving it, dude. And I was like, Dragon Ball is my favorite one.
Absolutely.
I want a Goku riding a Nimbus tattoo so bad.
That would be awesome.
Give me the drone, Saint. Give me the map, Scott.
Get it.
Just getting a person before.
I don't even know what that's from, but I've started yelling that at a guy that we work with named Scott.
It's from Jansot Bob.
Utility out.
See, I
Crazy
should
Morgan.
know that.
Like, I love you.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's 2 here. One's down.
Nice. Seconds left.
How am I not hitting her?
Utility out. 30 seconds remaining. One kill until victory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you are. Come on. Get out of here. Backing out, backing out. They're gonna post up right there.
They ain't got time.
Another contract in the bag.
They can post up wherever they want to.
By the fire.
Go ahead and give them a tea baggie.
41 downs. I mean, that's all right, I guess. Remember the first time I broke 40? Yeah, conviction leveled up.